All right, all right. I'm in the building. I'm in the building. Hope you guys having a great Sunday. Great Sunday. And happy Memorial Day to everybody. Shout out to Mr. Doctors in the building. Good to see you over here. I had to come over here on this channel. It's been a minute since I've been over here, but I have to make a priority at times to come over here and to share with you guys information and videos and do lives from time to time. It's been a minute since I've been over here, but I'm glad to be back on this side. I decided to do this live over here today. Like I said, of course, usually we do the Sunday live show on Sundays. I got that coming up late to eat this evening. We're gonna do an encore presentation. I want to do a live. I might do some live on that this evening. I'm not sure. But I want to talk about. It's been in my soul and in my spirit. Talk about. I want to talk about are you the prize? We always talk about we the prize, and I might talk about that tonight if I come on and do the live. If either way it goes, I'm still gonna play the encore presentation. Shout out to John Thomas this afternoon that's in the building over here. I got Mr. Dawkins and John. I got two people here, but I'm happy. Like I said if I wanted more, I could have been on the other channel, but I come over here because I like to, like I said, I speak different over here. Pretty much raw and uncut over here. So we had to come over this morning and share with you guys. On the topic this morning, I want to talk about love is love. Love is love. And this is an ongoing topic we talk about all the time in the community, especially to my travelers and people that's that travel, that have relationships outside the country with women, international. Um, a lot of times people look at us in a different way. A lot of times people speak down on us. And I had talked to a family member this morning earlier, and he made reference to someone that they were talking about me, and they said, "Oh yeah, he messed with those women. He messed with those overseas women, the women overseas." I hear this a whole lot. It seems like people have a problem with brothers that decide to date women abroad, and it's not really a color thing because in the beginning it seemed that it was a color thing, saying, "Oh, he liked the women of other race or different complexion, different hair texture, and all of that." But that don't really matter because we see incidents where even when black guys go talk to like Afro Latino or someone of Afro descent from a different country, they still have a problem. They still gonna talk. They still gonna talk their talk. And it seems like people have a problem with decisions and choices that we make, and they have no way of affecting them at all. But you got a lot of people that's unhappy, and they feel you should limit yourself to only American women or only Black American women. If you're a black man, they feel that you should limit yourself to that. That you should have no options. That you can only. And while I do this, I got somebody sending me an email right now trying to ask for some money. Somebody I ain't heard from in a while. I'm not gonna even read it. You send this down here. But I feel we got options. I feel that love is love. And love ain't got nothing to do with your color or your ethnicity or your race. I feel if a white man meet a black woman and he say he love her and they love each other, I have nothing to say about that. To each his own. I could care less one way or the other. But like I said, if it's the other way around, then you're gonna hear different. Like a lot of you got people that they hold channels on YouTube is based on tearing down black men, trying to destroy black men characters and all of that, assassinate us even after we dead. And people they build their whole life, their whole time and efforts on that. I could care less. I could care less who decide they want to get together and be together. I could care less. It don't affect me one way or the other. As long as they happy, I'm happy for them. I think people that dwell on this is truly racist. I think they're truly racist. If I'm a black man and I'm focusing on black men should only talk to black women, that would make me a racist. Because let's say I meet a person that's white, I meet a white woman, I meet an Asian woman, we got perfect chemistry, everything is going well with us. I say, oh, I can't be with you because you're white, or I can't be with you because you're Asian. And now, oh, I can't be with you because you Afro Latino. You're not a Black American woman, so I can't be with you. Even though we perfect, we get along, we got chemistry. I just can't be with you because of you're not who I am. You're not what I am. To me, that's complete. That's ignorant. That's ignorant. That's like for a person to think themselves, for them to limit themselves, to not have any options in life. They say I just got to keep on searching for that perfect Black American woman. I guess I'm gonna be like that group, Unlimited Touch. Gotta keep on searching till I find the one. I mean, come on, I'm not gonna waste my time or waste my life trying to do that. Because when it comes to love don't have a color to it. Love is love, regardless. Love is a powerful emotion. Love is a powerful feeling. And you mean to tell me if I feel a certain way about someone, just because they're not the same as I am, they're not black, a black American person, then I shouldn't be with them. What kind of nonsense, what kind of foolishness is that? I mean, why should you limit yourself when you have options? That's just like me going to the buffet. You got all these different selections of food. You got fish, you got chicken, you got beef, but I said I'm just gonna limit myself to the chicken. I'm not gonna eat anything else. I'm just gonna eat the same thing. It's like that don't make any sense. That you're not gonna be happy when you got so many different choices in life when it comes to women. And for myself, like majority of my life, I dealt with black American women. Majority of the women I dealt with were black American women, and I gave them a shot. I got no problem with the black American woman. I got no issue with the black American woman. I mean, there's some good black American women, and there's some bad ones out there. And that's with any race. That's with any race. You got good and bad in any race. It's not that's gonna always be all black women are good. You should be with one. No. Whatever make you happy, my friend, whatever make you happy, you got the options. You should not limit yourself or listen to what other people say or care what other people think. And I know Mr. Dawkins, he go to Africa, he got an African woman. The sisters talk about the black men that go to Africa and get women also. At first, I thought it was just white women or fair colored women with the straight hair or the curly hair, but they going after the brothers that go to Africa and talk to African women. They talk about the brothers that go to South America and talk to Afro Latino women because they would say, oh, they different. They're not the same. They're a different culture. I mean, for so many years, no one made an issue when Stella went and got her groove back. Nobody made an issue. Everybody kept their mouth quiet. Nobody had a problem with that whatsoever. I mean, for so long they've been traveling, doing their thing. No, we didn't have any issue with that whatsoever. And I came up in a time where if you wasn't light skinned, then your chance with the women's was very slim because they wanted guys with cat eyes, light color. They want their babies to have beautiful. They said beautiful eyes and beautiful hair because they don't embrace their own texture. They don't embrace the way God made them. So they wanted, in other words, a child that's going to be exotic looking, exotic. Because somewhere in their mindset, having bright skin, pretty eyes is beautiful to them. Not being dark, or having coarse hair. No, I don't want my baby. I had girls tell me a long time ago back in the days, no, I don't want my baby with the coarse hair. I want my baby to have curly hair. I want my baby to have straight hair, blue eyes, green eyes, cat eyes. Dark, so I can easily tell you why they got something to say about it, even when they date an international black woman. Yeah, and it was like I said, it's to the point where if you talk to an international black woman, people still gonna have issue with that. Because in the beginning they'll tell you need to stick with your own kind. In the beginning they will tell you that oh you diluting the black race. And I want to tell you, my friend, the black race been diluted. The black race been diluted. I mean, you can look at me. I'm a mixture of a whole lot. I know we got Native American blood, we got white blood in our family, and we got black blood. I'm a mixture of a whole lot. So if they want to use the word contaminated, there's a whole lot of contaminated people in this world, a whole lot of contaminated people in the United States. Even you brothers that like the red bones, that's a contaminated woman. A lot of brothers like red bones. I want a thick red bone. That's a contaminated woman. That's why you look at the black people in America, we so like we're a mixture of different colors, bright skin and dark skin. And you got some brothers they dark, some brothers and sisters are blue black. And I got no problem with that. Black is beautiful. You should embrace that. But don't give me the argument telling me that all you get with a woman outside your race, you destroying the black family. I'm gonna tell you one thing: a black man, regardless of who you procreate with or who you get with, the black gonna always be dominant. The black gonna always be dominant, no matter who you get with, no matter who you decide to have kids with. In the world we live in, they still gonna be referred to as black, regardless. They're not gonna be all the way white because in the world of white supremacy, you gotta be pure. You gotta be pure white. You can't be mixed. A lot of people say, "Oh, your kid's gonna suffer." I mean, the hell with that. The hell with that. Who said your kid's gonna suffer in this world that we live in? It's more accepted now in this day and time that we're living in. So they're mad because it is reminding American women that brothers have options and they have more, even more competition. And that's where it boils down to is the competition, competitive, being competitive. And that's the issue I have when it comes to American women, because even with American women, I look at the black woman and the white woman and any woman in America, I don't care if she's Asian or whatever the city she's from, I look at them all the same as being Americanized. Because in that system in the United States, it's all about competition. Now, I don't want to be with a woman I got to compete with. I don't want to be with a woman that I got to compete with constantly. I want to be with a woman, first of all, that's going to respect me. And respect go both ways, fellas. Respect go both ways. I want to be with a woman that's going to appreciate me. I want to be with a woman that's not a woman that I got to compete with all the time. Because in the United States, when you're dealing with women, they want to be equal. They want to be the same as the man, and they don't want to be um, different. They want to be equal in the relationship. And I feel if you're gonna be equal, we're gonna do everything down the middle. We're gonna split everything down the middle. If you want to be equal, you want to be an equal party in this relationship. Okay, you're gonna pay equal bills. You're gonna pay equal shares of the bills. We're gonna split everything half and half down the middle. Now, when you get to talking like that, they're not gonna go for that. But then they're gonna say, "Oh, you the man. You supposed to take care of things." No, no, but you want to be equal, and that's the problem I run into with women that I deal with in the United States a lot of times. They want to be competitive. They don't want to work with you. A lot of times they want to work against you. But a lot of brothers go abroad. They meet women. A lot of brothers I see they are happy. They're in a happy place in their life, and They don't have the issues that the women have within the United States. A lot of brothers are happy, and then you got some brothers, like in my case, that they're not happy in their situation. They dealing with American women, and I see them go through divorce after divorce, relationship after relationship, and they're not happy. But then they'll turn around and look at me and say, "Oh, but look at him. He over there dating all the women overseas. So what? So what? What is the issue with that? That sounds like straight up hating to me. Sound like you're a straight up hater. If that's all you got to say about me, that I'm dating women abroad. Because the same people that would say that, you look at their situation, you look at their life, they in and out of relationships, in and out of relationships. They're not happy. I've been in a relationship with this same person for over, like I'm going on close to 5 years now, I would say. Almost 5 years. And I would say in a relationship, it's not perfect. We have our challenges like everybody else have, but I'm in a happier place than I would be when I compare that relationship to my last relationship that I dealt with in the United States with a woman that was always in need and always holding me back financially because of her situation. But then they'll look at a person like me that's abroad dating a woman. Oh, you giving her money. Oh, you doing this, you doing that. I'm not paying the price that you guys over there paying or dealing with the same BS that y'all dealing with. And I find myself at the end of the day happier. When it comes to relationships, I feel love is love. I feel you shouldn't limit yourself. If you meet a good woman, regardless of what color she is or what culture she come from, if there's a connection, if there's chemistry, I tell you guys to go for it. I mean, why hold yourself back? Why say, "Oh, I can't talk to you because you're not black or you're not a black American woman"? And like I said, the thing has got out of hand now because in the beginning they will always put all their energy and focus on Becky, but then they begin to look and see, okay, the white woman ain't the competition. These brothers going abroad getting these Latino women. These brothers going abroad getting these Asian women. So that's more competition. So now they'll attack these women, and then they'll attack the brothers that's happy in their situation. And most of those people that's doing all this attacking, wasting all their energy, you look at them, they're not happy. They don't have anyone in their life. So their purpose is to, like I said, get other people that's miserable, that feel the same way, like-minded people, and try to pull them together. And a lot of times they trying to make money on YouTube. They trying to get super chats. They trying to pander to people, to a particular crowd, and then they're not doing anything to help the situation, but they making it worse by destroying black men, tearing us down, and that's crazy. Because I tell you, at the end of the day, love is gonna be love, regardless of what color a person is, what culture they is. I mean, just because a woman black don't mean if you're a black man that you should be with that a black American woman. Because I know a lot of brothers that been with black American women and they haven't been successful, divorce after divorce. Because people that say, "Oh, black love," and you be with a black woman, you be happy. Not always. I know a lot of brothers that tried that and then it didn't work out for them. A lot of brothers tried it, it didn't work out. So what's wrong with saying, "Okay, let me try this. I guess I'll try that." Having options. Having options. Because like I said, a long time ago, they've been having options. They've been exploring their options. But in this day and time, you got brothers that's getting hip to the game because you got a lot of brothers on YouTube that's promoting like travel and escaping the matrix. And a lot of people upset about that. A lot of people upset about that because they rather for you to be miserable and trapped, stuck in that matrix with them, unhappy, while that woman dominate you and grab you by your balls and stick dildos up your ass. That's happiness to them. Then the woman dominate because a lot of men in the United States I'm looking at right now becoming feminists and they're not the head as the way God designed them to be head of the relationship. A lot of the men they stepping back and letting the women lead now in this day and time. A lot of men just say, "I'm just gonna." Their happiness is I'm just gonna keep quiet and let her talk. I'm gonna keep quiet and let her lead. I'm gonna keep quiet and let her be the boss. And we seen that with I think Dwayne Wade, whoever he doing that, he's stepping back, letting her be the head. And he's not the only one. It's a lot of us stepping back. We so happy. I guess to be with this woman that we let her lead and we let her be the head and let her tell us what to do. And that's not happiness to me. That's just going along to get along with me. I wouldn't be in a happy place if I had to do that. If I had to call that love or call that happiness. No, 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 hell no. That's not happiness to me. I mean, that sounds pitiful to me that you got to limit yourself. You got to live your life like that and let this woman dominate you, and you got to just keep quiet to get along with her. Hell no. They can keep that. I just give me a passport and travel and go abroad and be happy that way. Because you got options. A lot of times, like I said, and we put the emphasis on the black love. I mean, it's good. You find a black woman and you get together and you make kids and, as you said, build a black family. Even though your blood is contaminated, her blood might be contaminated. But then when I get with a melanated person from another country, or even an Afro person of Afro descent from another country, it's still an issue. Oh, she's not American. And what's the issue with that? What is the issue with that? I think people that waste their time and their efforts on this type of stuff, they're not happy. They're not happy in their life. They're not happy when they see other people happy. And they look for any type of way to attack people that's happy. That sounds like a personal issue to me. That sounds like a personal issue to me. Like, and then there's the Brad and Chad. Not all, but some of them also don't like it when brothers get love abroad. And some of them feel entitled to the women overseas. And I seen that too. I seen that. But one thing I can tell you, it's not a majority of the Brads and Chad that feel that way. It's a small minority of them that feel that way. But I have met some Brads and Chads that were actually cool with it. Cause they doing the same thing I'm doing, and they don't look at it as a black and white thing. They look at it as a man not being happy with the women in the matrix. But I met some Chads that we talked before, and they'll share with me because they'll talk about the white woman, and then they'll see me as a brother not chasing that white woman like a lot of brothers do. A lot of brothers get their leftovers. Because I'm telling you, when I was in the matrix, I dealt with white women. A lot of them they divorced Chad and Brad, and they get with a brother because they become bitter and they taking Brad and Chad child support. I dated a white woman that this man was paying her like $2,000 a month in child support for one child, and I forgot what the profession was, but this guy made a lot of money, and he was fighting to try to get his money reduced. He felt like he was giving her too much, which he was because this girl would take her money she get from him and spend it on the brothers. She started dating just black men only. She date black men only because she got hurt by her ex, by Chad. So her preference is black men's now. Now. A lot of black men fall into the trap of dating them type of women. They're only dating you because you black. That's all. Just because you black. And sometimes they're trying to send a message to Chad and Brad. Look at what I got now. But in the case of Chad and Brad, I knew some of them. I knew they in her situation, her husband was in Thailand during that time. I didn't know why because I wasn't a traveler then. But now I know. Now I know. And he seemed to be more happier now in his situation. But you got something like I said. When you see the hate in my case, a lot of the hate came from the older cats, the older white guys, because they came from a time and an era and a place where they didn't see us coming over there or see us traveling, and they used to it being that way. They seeing us coming now, and they seeing that the younger generation is embracing the black culture, embracing the music, embracing the swag, embracing the style, and they don't like it. Because there was a time when those older guys, like I said, they had a younger women that's embracing this old classic rock music and embracing that. But now they're more into hip hop and swag, they're more into the athletes. So it's a whole different view of that. In my travels, I haven't met any young person, any young Chad yet that feel the way a lot of the older guys feel. The older guys, some of the older guys set in their ways. They came from a time and an era where things were different. A lot of them can't take the reality of what's going on now. And I met quite a few of those type of people, but they never was an issue to me because, like I said, I don't pay them guys no attention. I don't pay them no mind. And it's only a minority group of people like that. A lot of the younger people, they doing their thing and they're not really worried about what we're doing. So it's a whole different view. Like I said, you got some white guys that go to Africa too. They get black women. I ain't got no issue with that. Cause in Africa, the African women love Brad and Chad. They love them. They'll talk to them sometime before they talk to us. They'll give him an opportunity sometime before they give us an opportunity. So I'm not mad at the Chads that go to Africa. I mean, to each his own. I just said if they sincerely love each other. It's a sincere relationship. Love is love. I could care less. I just have an issue when I see people mistreating people and using people and abusing people and stuff like that, and exploiting people. That's what I had the issue with. But when it comes to race, I don't pay no attention because love is gonna be love. At the end of the day, love is love. And you can't help who you fall in love with. Shout out to Fred Funkytown. Good to see you in the building, my friend. You can't help who you fall in love with, man. You can't limit yourself. And like I said, the people that speak negative of me in the matrix that say, "Oh, I deal with the women overseas." I have options, my friend. I have options, and some of them don't understand that I got options, and it shouldn't be no issue to them. It shouldn't be no issue to no one who I want to be with or who I decide I want to be in love with. As long as we happy, that's the only thing that matter. I could care less what other people said, what they would think in a situation like that. And when it comes, like I said, to the other way around, if I see Chad and Brad with a black woman, I don't care. As long as they happy and they in love with each other, that's all that matters to me. Because at the end of the day, love is love. Love is gonna be love. I don't let nobody take away from the power of love or try to discourage anyone that's vibing or feeling love with someone. And it don't always got to be your own. Because I don't think God put all these different races of people here in this earth for us not to explore, not for us to be curious and to see what they're about. I just don't think so. I don't think that I should limit myself to just a particular type of woman. He said a heartbeat is on beat. We just have to follow the flow. And I agree with you. That's what I tell people all the time. We all gonna be different. I mean, different strokes for different folks. And for the people like the black people that have an issue with me and my decision, if they so pro-black, I don't see them doing anything for the black community. The only thing they doing is tearing down each other, destroying each other. If they got so much black power and so much black unity, your actions speak louder than your words. And put your money where your mouth is. Don't talk about it, be about it. A lot of people doing a lot of talking, a lot of yapping, and ain't saying anything. When it comes to love, I feel a person, they have the options to do what they want to do. I shouldn't have to get permission from nobody. I don't have to go to the community to tell the community, hey, I love this person. I want to be with this person. I don't have to do that. I have options. And like I said, now it's so bad. Now, at one time they made it out of a race issue. Oh, he going to get the light-skinned woman, fair-skinned woman. But the brothers that's getting the dark-skinned women, the women of Afro descent, Afro Colombians, Afro Latinos, any type of Afro person, they still gonna talk about you. Oh, she just want a green card. Yeah, bitch, and you want money too. And you want a whole lot more. You want a whole lot more. At the end of the day, if I get screwed over by a woman overseas, let's say I get screwed over by a woman overseas, I'm not gonna be screwed up as bad as I will with a woman in the matrix. Because the woman in the matrix is gonna use that system against me. And she gonna put the dildo to your ass. You gonna feel the pain. She gonna fuck you real good in the end of the day. Her in the court system is gonna fuck you real good. and you're gonna be feeling some kind of way at the end of the day. It's not gonna be a good feeling either. And a lot of people that say that, even people that saying this shit right now, I know some of these guys that saying this, and they've been divorced so many times, and they still don't have a woman. They still can't get it together. But oh, let's talk about Jay. Oh, let's look at Jay. Yes, Jay is happy in his situation. Jay is not complaining. So if I'm not complaining, why should you? What should the issue be with what I do, or who I decide I want to be with, or if I want to talk to women overseas? That's my decision. So I can tell you guys in my past, most of my life, I've always dealt with Black American women, and I got no issue to this day with Black American women. Like I said, it's only women I have a problem with, the ones that don't love themselves, the ones that's full of hate, the ones that can't embrace who they are. They talk about brothers going to Brazil, but they wearing Brazilian hair weave. I got an issue with that. The long ass eyelashes and shit, the blue contact lens in their eyes, they bleaching themselves. They trying to be something they're not. That's not love right there. That they don't love themselves. That's a sign of weakness. And to me, it's a turnoff. It's a turnoff. I like Black women that wear their own hair, that's proud of their texture of their hair, whether it's short or long. I have no issue with that. They don't have to have hair going down their back. I like women with short hair, especially the sister that wear it natural. I like that. That's very attractive. It's not attractive being something that you're not. That showed me that you got an issue with yourself and your identity. And how can that woman with the Brazilian hair weave talk about the brothers that going to Brazil, but you wearing the weave? I just don't understand that part. But people, they find all kind of ways to try to discourage the brothers that's traveling and the ones that's happy in their life. They'll use weak stuff like the 90 Day Fiance. The only reference they have when it comes to the brothers that's traveling, that's in relationships with women of different nationalities, they always say, well, you see what happened on the 90 Day Fiance? Yeah, on the 90 Day Fiance, they get the weakest people. They get the worst couples. I know couples that were successful, that's happy. They don't get those. That's not good for the show. That's not good for the show. They're gonna get people that got pre-existing problems. They're gonna get people that just met, people that don't know each other, and people that's in a rush. Cause they screen people for the show. They screen their cast. And a lot of stuff you see on there is not real. Some of that stuff is script too. So don't come at me with I see the 90 Day Fiance. That's television. And real life is totally different, my friend. In real life, I seen real people that's happy. I know brothers that brought their women to the United States, been married over 20 years, still happy. Different strokes for different folks. And then women always say, "Oh, she want a green card." Yeah, and you want the house, you want the whole house, you want half of everything in the end of the day. And that's why got a lot of these brothers confused and messed up when they go abroad. And that's why you got these brothers that throwing the money in the air because that's the only way they know. They know in the United States, in order to get a woman, you gotta show them your material assets, show them material things. Because in the U.S., you go to the strip club, you make it rain. But these brothers don't know when you go to a foreign country, you put yourself in a dangerous situation when you throwing money in the air trying to make it rain because you're gonna become a target. And it's a sign of disrespect, especially if you come to South America doing that. It's gonna be a sign of disrespect. But a lot of brothers don't know this. So like I said, that's why you got the ones that come and throw the money in there. They don't know because they think that's the way you impress a woman. Because in the United States, it's all about material things. All about material things. When I dealt with women in the United States, first thing they want to know what kind of car you drive. They looking at what kind of shoes you got on, where you live. They're sizing you up already. They already sizing you up. So a lot of people don't know. But to get back to the topic, when you're dealing with a woman, you should not limit yourself. You should go with the heart, chemistry. And you mean to tell me that I'm a black man, but then there's no Asian woman that got chemistry with me, or there's no Afro Latina woman that got chemistry with me, or there's no white woman or whatever your preference is. People think that just because you black, you get with a black person, that's black love. A lot of time it be black hate. Cause that woman don't really love you. That woman gonna stay in long enough just to get what she can get from you. And we need to get to the point that we move beyond this shit. Because a lot of people promoting this saying, oh, you gotta be with a black woman. If she ain't right, if she's not black. I seen a lot of black people get screwed over by their own, by black women. I know family members, I know a lot of people I can call by name that's not happy. They tried it. And I know people that stepped outside their race and found happiness with somebody of a whole different culture, a whole different race, and they're in a good place right now. And know who's mad? Know who's bitter? The sister that had that man at one time and don't have him no more. I think that what happened to Cynthia G. I think she had a brother that left her and ended up going to Becky. He became very happy. Probably got a big house, nice cars, and living good, living a good life. No stress, no arguing, no complaining. And they don't like that. Because they want to put their foot on your neck. They want to dominate you. They want to break you down and make you weak. Then that's why they call you now weak. You weak. You weak. Yes. Because of women like you, they want to tear us down and not have us strong minded. Like people like us, we strong because we don't listen to them. We do what we want to do. We go where we want to go. We don't need no permission from nobody. We do what make us happy. Only people that's not happy is the one that listen to these people that's being followers and not leaders, letting people tell you what to do with your life. That's crazy. That's crazy as hell. You got somebody else telling you how to live your life, and you're not gonna be happy that way. You can't please people. You can't be a people pleaser all the time. And one thing I've been learned in life, you can make some of the people happy some of the time, but not all the people all of the time. Don't fool yourself. There's gonna be things you do that people not gonna be happy with. It's your decision, it's your life. You're the one that got to deal with the consequences, not them. So why waste my time and my effort worrying about what they doing in their life when 9 times out of 10 the person you're talking about they happy, and you're the one not because you every day you dwelling on them, you looking for fault, you just waiting, hoping that one day things fall apart so you can say, yeah, I told you. See, that's what you get for going over there messing with them women. That's what you get for dealing with an outside woman. They waiting for your downfall. Why they sit back lonely and not happy with their life? I'm telling you guys, man, don't listen to negative people. They're trying to take away from your happiness. Happiness is within, not what other people say or what they approve of. Happiness is within. It comes from you and your heart. You know what you want to do with your life. You know what kind of women you like. You don't need people telling you who to be with. Because love is gonna be love. Don't limit yourself. A lot of brothers missing out on good women because they limit themselves. Oh, I can't talk to you because you outside my race. I can't talk to you because you of a different culture. Even though we get along, we got so much chemistry. You're the perfect woman, but you're the wrong color. You're the wrong. That sounds like a racist to me. That sounds like a racist person. That sounds like what the white supremacists talk about. And like I said, you got the brothers and people that's gonna dress it up. Oh, you're diluting the race. The race been diluted a long time ago. I'm diluted. Look at me. I'm not dark like the brothers I see in Africa. I'm a whole different color, a whole different complexion in them. So I know in my family, we mix. We are mixed of a lot of things, but regardless of what I'm mixed with, my blackness still dominate. I'm still a black man, regardless. Still a black man. I don't care if I'm mixed with white blood or whatever blood. I'm a black man. The world gonna see me as a black man, and we come in different colors. And like I said, I'm not dark skinned, so it's not like I'm gonna populate a whole lot of dark skinned people. Even if I got with a dark skinned sister, there's a possibility that we can still produce of a different complexion or whatever. And it happened all the time. And people telling you can't be with somebody just because of their color, they sound like a straight up racist to me. And I don't care if it's a black person saying this, they talking about some black power and black unity. Nah, you sound like you got some issues. You sound like a straight up racist to me, telling me who to be with. I can't be with this person because they're a different color. Nah, I think happiness is all that counts. As long as you happy, I could meet a woman from Mars and she green. If I'm happy with her, I'm happy. You can't tell me, oh, you can't talk to her. She's a Martian. I can talk to whoever the hell I want to talk to. I don't need nobody approval for my happiness. Because if you listen to other people doing what other people tell you to do, you're not going to be happy. You living your life for somebody else. Your happiness starts within. And it has no color. Love has no color. Love has no color. Love is colorblind, my friend. When it comes to love, love is colorblind. All this separation and this stuff that we were taught. Because when we were born, you could get a black child and a white child and an Asian child all together. They'll play together and get along with each other. But later on, things change because people teach them hate. People teach them separation. That's why the world the way it is now. We were taught these things. We were taught these things. A lot of people were raised a certain way. An innocent child in the beginning don't know this, don't know these things. They're not looking at a black person or a white person. They looking at they playmate. They looking at their friends. And later on, people like that change because they're taught, oh, we should stick together. Oh, we should be together. There was a time I believed that ideology, but then I learned later on in life that you try to stick together with your brothers, them be the ones that'll stab you in your back, or your sister, she'll be the one that'll take your car, your house, and everything and screw you over and have no compassion about it. Where the black love at then? Where the black love at when you see all these black couples going to divorce court every day? Where the black love at? Where that black love at? It's not going to be in that courtroom. It's not going to be in that courtroom. The love don't know race. Love know when it is met and returned back. Turn back. See, I would date a purple woman if she treated me right. I'm the same way, brother. I'm the same way. I'm not. That's not important to me. The color is that character of that woman. It's how she treat me, how she make me feel. And I don't want to feel like I got to submit to the woman to be in a lower place in order to get that woman. I don't want to feel like I got to lower myself, lower my standards just to say I'm happy. Well, I'm not going to be happy. I'm going to, I mean, that's just make believe right there. That's not real. That's not real. A lot of people that talking this talk, you just look at them, they're not happy. Some of them they don't have no one. I guess they still wait on that black woman to come. And you're gonna be waiting the rest of your life, your whole life. Just like waiting on the mothership. You're gonna be waiting. A lot of people that still talking that talk, like it was people talking that talk before I left the United States, and to this day they still talking. You look at them, you look at me. I'm happy. I'm in a good place. You look at them, they're not happy. They miserable. They have no one. They have no one. They lonely. And they sitting there with their lonely ass, miserable, complaining about what I'm doing. Wow, he talked to the women overseas. You damn right. I got options. I do it because I can. Why not? Why not? Life is about being happy. Life is all about doing what make you happy. You can't do what other people. You can't do what other people want you to do. But what they define as happiness, it could be two different things. I got no problem with brothers that don't want to lead the matrix and brothers that do what they do. I have no problem with that. I have no issue whatsoever. You'll never hear me talking down about them on my platform. You'll never hear me disrespecting the sisters and talking down on them. I don't do that. I mean, to each his own. I don't dog the sisters out. There's some good sisters and there's some bad sisters out there. It go both ways. When I look at a person that I'm interested in dating, they got to be beautiful on the inside and the outside. They got to have a beautiful heart. They got to have respect for me also as a man. They got to know their place. I'm not trying to be with nobody that want to stand equal with me or want to be the same as I am or nope, nope, nope. Cause we're gonna do it equal. We're gonna split everything down the middle. You're gonna pay half of the bills. You're gonna pay. It's gonna be equal. Not when it's convenient for you. It's gonna be equal all the way around. I find the women's in the West to be more complicated though, and it's not. This don't apply to all of them. Just some of them. Some of the women can be very complicated. You look at their relationship status on Facebook. I know brothers that been with women for 10 years, and their relationship status is complicated. I'm like, how long is it going to be complicated for you to realize that you're not happy? I would end that. I wouldn't stay in a situation where it's going to always be complicated. I don't want to be in a complicated situation. I don't want to be in a complicated relationship. I don't want to deal with complicated women. I mean, but to the ones that want to deal with that, you got options. To each his own. If that's what you call love, hey, knock yourself out. Be happy with that. Like I said, different strokes for different folks. That would not make me happy. I would be very disappointed. I'd be very sad. I know a lot of brothers, like I said, right now, that talk, and they with black women, but they're not happy. They're not happy. They just doing what other people think is the right thing for them, or what their family think is the right thing for them. They doing things that make other people happy, but they're not happy. I can look at their face expression. I had some reach out to me, some of the ones that discouraged me in the beginning. Man, I need to travel like you, Jay. I need to go where you. I need to do what you're doing, and they see different now, but they still remain unhappy in their situation. I don't encourage nobody to do anything. I don't encourage them to say, "Hey, leave your woman," or "Hey, come over here and give." Nah, do what you do. I just know you're in a miserable situation. You're not happy, and I refuse to live that way. I'm 46 years old. I'm halfway through my life. I'm not worried about trying to impress nobody. I just want to be happy. I'm not trying to impress nobody. I don't care what other people say or what they think. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna date who I want to date. I'm gonna see who I want to see. And like I said, and this come about because of a person that they can't say anything negative about me. The only thing they can say about Jay is that he preferred to he talked to the women overseas. So what? So what? I talked to women in the United States. I dealt with them most of my life. I don't have anything. I'm not gonna say anything bad about them. I just know I have a whole different preference. I know my happiness is not me being in competition with a woman. That's not happiness to me. Being in competition with a woman is not happy. We're gonna work together. We're gonna be partners. You're gonna be my companion. We're gonna build together. You're not trying to one up me. I'm not trying to one up you. I'm not trying to outdo you. You're not trying to outdo me. We working together as a team. But I tell you, a lot of time in the United States, the old women, they'll level up on you, and then they'll go to another person. They got more. And then where's the love then? Where's the love then? Where's this black love? I mean, go to the divorce court. You'll see every day a lot of black couples is breaking up. Where is that black love? A lot of these women want opportunity. And that's everywhere around the world. All women seek men that have resources and men that's gonna take care of things. And that's all the way everywhere, no matter where you go in this world. But when you're dealing with women abroad, sometimes you're not gonna require as much as the woman will in the matrix. Cause don't get me wrong, the women overseas, they want stuff too. They want money. A lot of them ain't gonna fuck with you if you broke. You gotta have some resources. You gotta have something you bring to the table, and not just your dick. A lot of guys think, "Oh, I bring dick to the table." No, you gotta bring some money also, because they want a quality life. They want to have fun, go to restaurants and travel. They don't want to just be sitting in the house and you just dicking them down. A lot of guys living in a fantasy world, thinking the only thing you got to bring to the table is your dick. I'm gonna talk about next week on the Sunday Vibe too. I'm gonna talk about the prize. We always say we the prize. Yeah, we the prize. That's the talking point a lot of us using right now. And I'm guilty of saying that too in the past. But I had to reevaluate myself. Had to reevaluate that. It don't sound so good. To walk around here thinking that we are the prize. I'm gonna get in depth with that next Sunday on the Sunday Vibe show on the other platform. But I want brothers to look at that we the prize. What is the prize? I'll tell you what the prize is. A lot of you guys, the prize, you the prize to her, all right. You a big bag of money. And some of you looking like a big bag of money. Some of you shaped like a big bag of money. And that's the only thing that they're getting. You are the prize. You the prize and see the trophy. You are the prize. Your prize, you prize money. You look like a bag of money. Like Rick Ross made that song Bag of Money, and he was looking like a big bag of money. That's the situation with a lot of the travelers, because a lot of them, some of them is undesirable. And like I said, we gotta look at that in a whole different way about the prize. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna get very deep with that next week. And hopefully that change the concept of thinking when it comes to us talking about we the prize. Yeah, you the prize, all right. Yeah, to them, you the prize. You looking like the prize too. I remember when I was breaking up with this girl, this foreign girl. She was trying so hard to keep me. The only reason she was trying so hard because she saw me as assets. And I know it because I heard her telling her friend that she was trying so hard to protect her assets. That when I was breaking up with this girl, they let me know that yeah, I'm the prize, all right, because I got the assets. Now, when it comes to us traveling, we have an advantage. I'm not gonna always say you the prize though, so I'm gonna dig deep into that next week on the Sunday Vibe. So I wanted to talk about it this week. I'm gonna say that juice for next Sunday. We're gonna let it simmer a little bit more, like you do collard greens. Let all the juices simmer a little bit, and it's gonna be well flavored by next week. When I dig into that, all you the prize. Yeah, you paying the price. You ain't no prize. You a purchaser. You buying. You a purchaser. Most of you are a purchaser. You're not the price. You're not the prize. You're a purchaser. And the only reason the woman with you because you got the resources. And I'm saying ain't nothing wrong with that if the situation is right. As long because like I said, in the United States, a woman they're gonna be with you more if you got resources and something to offer them, and that's worldwide. But don't limit yourself, guys. You got options. Love is love, regardless. I said if you a black woman, you swirling and you in a legit situation, hey, I ain't got no problem with that. I got no problem whatsoever with that. And the women should not have any problem with who we decide we want to be with. As long as we happy, that's all that matter. At the end of the day, it's happiness. Because a lot of them, they with people their same color, they're not happy. A lot of them, they stress on their way to divorce court. A lot of brothers that talk outside of their race is brothers that's actually probably been married before for years to black women, and then they decide they find love somewhere else. They decide to explore their options and take a chance on it. I talked to a brother recently. He was divorced 3 times, all black women. And this time he dated a woman in the Philippines. He reached out to me to get some advice. And he shared with me all my ex-wives are mad now because I'm talking to a Filipino woman now. I said, that sounds like a personal problem. I said, you gave them a chance. So what's wrong with you giving somebody else a chance? And all them team up together. Because they're not happy. I asked them, are they married? Are they in relationships? Nope. Nope. They all friends. And they all watch him. He said he had to block all of them on his social media. It was one time they was cordial, they were talking to each other, friends. But then when he started talking to the Filipino woman, they all teamed up on him and became very messy. So he had to block them. So it's a normal thing. And this guy, he just like me. He said I gave black women chances all my life. He said I wasn't looking for a Filipino woman. It just happened. It just happened. I was on this page on Facebook, and we started chatting. We said they've been talking. He said he met the lady when he was divorcing his third wife. Toward the end of the divorce, they talked a lot. They were friends. He been talking to her for like 3 years. Now it's progressing to a relationship. Like because they talk every day. So I told him to be careful. She could be playing the long game, but I don't know. But proceed with caution. Don't just be careful. But his situation seemed to be legit though. Things he was telling me, things she do for him. She sacrificed a lot. She got very little money, but she sacrificed. She sent him gifts, all type of things. He put forth effort. And his situation is she's an older woman. She kind of close to his age. It's not the typical situation you'll see with a lot of foreigners. They get girls that's 20 years younger or 30 years younger or whatever. In their situation, it's like a 5 year difference. He's 5 years older than her, but they pretty much on the same level. But I tell them, I said, you happy, man? Hell, the hell with what they said. The hell with what they think. You got to do what make you happy, man. You've been married 3 times. Hey, if you're gonna do it the fourth time, dude, hey, as long as you happy, man, make sure you try. Like I said, but and there ain't nothing wrong with him trying outside the box or trying something different. But you got people that's not happy and that's miserable, and like his ex-wives attacking him, and also his family. And you'll be surprised. I meet a lot of brothers that reach out to me all the time on the side because, like I said, we got to help each other. We got to look out for each other, support each other in this situation because they don't get the support from their family. They don't get the support from their friends. Because those are the ones that talking down on them, saying you're a fool, you're stupid, you shouldn't talk to this woman. Y'all different, y'all a different culture. She don't understand you. She just wants your money. She just want a green card. That's the things they're gonna hear from their family and their friends when they talk to them. It's always gonna be negative, no positive, and no blessings from their family and friends. You need to stick with your own kind. They're gonna say that to you. You need to stick with your own kind. But I did 3 times. Look what happened. I got screwed all 3 times. So ain't nothing wrong with wanting to try something different. Whatever float your boat. When I hear people talking like that, I don't care if it's family or friends or whoever, I look at them as racist. You're a racist to me. When you telling me that I need to stick with my own kind, I still mess with other women. To me, you are a racist. You got a problem. You're a racist. And you'll be the same one to screw me over too. That's the problem I got with the black power structure and the people that talk the black talk. They talk that talk, but they don't walk that walk. They'll be the first one to stab you in your back and do you wrong. A lot of you guys on this social media platform and followed me for a long time. A lot of you guys see me help brothers, pull them along the way, then you see how they do me in the end. And then those brothers want to set a brother up like me to get a reaction and try to make me look bad. I ignore that shit. I keep it moving. And this last year long being in Colombia, man, I had brothers, 4 or 5 different brothers. I'm mad at my own business, not doing anything. They're trying to help some brothers and then get stabbed in the back. And then those brothers don't do anything for their own community. They don't do anything to help other black people. I helped a black person get up, and in return, they didn't go back. They didn't go back and help a black person. They went to. Hey, I ain't gonna go into that though. It's a whole different story. But some of you guys get the gist of what I'm talking about. Ain't no hate or nothing like that. It is what it is. When you see things like that, I mean, I legit try to help brothers and help my people, and get screwed over all the time. And like I said, at the same time, it be some of those people that talking to black talk, black unity. That's bullshit. At the end of the day, they looking out for themselves, and they'll step on you. They'll step on you, a step over you to get to the top, because it's a dog eat dog world we live in. That's a whole nother topic. Yeah, that's a whole nother topic, my friend. That's a whole whole nother topic. But it's life. It's real. It's real, man. It's real out here in these YouTube streets. I just try to stay positive and stay focused. and watch out for snakes in the grass. Watch out for snakes in the grass. That's why you see me a lot by myself. And I might be alone. You might seem like I'm alone to some people, but I'm happy. I'm happy. I don't got to worry about nobody screwing me over. I have pretty much got out of business trying to help people. I'm not helping people like I used to help people because always turn out bad, not good, but bad. Trying to look out for your own. Jerry says, probably you've been making school very personally learned a lot. And shout out to you, Fred, man. I appreciate you. I know you've been rocking with me for a long time, for so many years, through the good, through the bad, through the ups and through the downs. One thing about me, I keep going, I keep standing. It's traps laid in front of me right now. A lot of stuff I see right now that trouble me on the YouTube streets. So I just try to stay away from this stuff and just try to stay in my lane, do positive things, and be happy. It's not always about numbers with me. I could have been had numbers if it was about that. I told you guys I can go to El Centro and blow up overnight. I can have 50,000 people in less than a month. If I go on El Centro and take ass and titties all day long, I'll be popular. But I don't want to do that. It ain't about the numbers. My goal is to get to 10,000, and I'm gonna cut. When I get 10,000, I'm gonna cut myself. I'm gonna cut myself assets from everybody. Well, I'm only gonna deal with those 10,000 fan base people because that's all I need. I don't need a million. I don't need 100,000. I don't need these many views or that many views because I don't do that for the money. I do it for the love. And if I get 10 sincere people, and it take time when you building like that. You got to separate the wheat from the chaff and all that stuff. But it take time when you building. And I know exactly what I'm doing. And once I do that, most of my shit gonna be private. Only people in my circle gonna have access to me, not everybody. Because I don't want that. I don't want to deal with the problems that the Kevin Samuels and all the other bloggers deal with. I know if I deal with what I deal with 5,000 people, imagine what I would deal with if I had 100,000. I don't have the time or the patience for that. I like to come on here and have fun, and I only need 10,000 people that will support me to make me successful and get to where I need to get to in my life. With this, I don't need a flock of people. People come and go all the time. People come and go all the time because I sometimes I could dish out stuff a little hard and show some tough love. But at the same time, it help people because I can't baby people and pat them on their back all the time. I'm gonna tell it the way it is, raw and uncut most of the time. Especially over here, I be raw and uncut over here. But people very sensitive in this day and time. You gotta use kid gloves when you're dealing with people a lot sometimes. As I get older, I don't really have the patience no more for that. As I get older in my life, I don't really have the time or the patience for that. I mean, like I said, it is what it is. And you can take it or like it. Like I said, I try to be positive and bring positive messages on this platform. I don't do the beef, I don't do the drama. I just try to keep it real, to keep it positive, try to help people. That's my objective when I come out here. I try to spread message and do dialogues. What we're doing today. And that's what the purpose of doing the love is love thing. Because a lot of people deal with this. It's not just me. A lot of people, a lot of brothers that's traveling, we deal with a lot of hate. A lot of hate because we got our passports. And the people that's talking, sometimes they don't have access to a passport. They wish they could travel. So they might have a criminal record that's holding them back from getting it. It could be something that's holding them back. It could be finances. It could be a whole lot of things. They might not have the resource. They might not to take off work. They might have a lot of damn kids they paying child support to that's holding them back. It could be a whole lot of things. A lot of times, the brothers that talking against us are people that's jealous and they wish that they could do what we're doing. At the end of the day, that's why they devote all this energy and all that time toward the hate because they don't have anything. They wish they could live the life. They wish they could affect just one person that's happy. They okay with that. They done their purpose and their mission, the things that they want to do, bringing other people down. You got to look at that sometimes. When people talk like that, there's usually a reason why. Usually the reason why they devote all that much energy toward the hate. It's a reason why they doing it. I saw that when I left the U.S. when I was leaving in the barbershop. We do the barbershop talk, and the first thing people said when I was telling them I'm getting ready to travel across the world, oh, they looking at it like I'm finna ready to go and exploit the women, and women is the number one objective. Why I'm doing it, you got to be careful with them women over there. They gonna take your money, they gonna scam you, and they gonna do this and do that. A lot of the brothers saying that because they can't travel. A lot of them in miserable marriages. Some of them married to a 300, 400 pound woman, undesirable looking woman. They in their mindset they say, oh, I'm gonna stick with her the rest of my life, and they call that happiness. Happiness is doing that. I'm not gonna divorce her. I'm just gonna stay miserable with this undesirable woman. And then they get mad at you when you get a woman that look decent and look good. Oh, she with you because of the money. Oh, she with you because of a green card. Yeah, your fat bitch with you because of a meal. You feeding her fat ass. I mean, people can be negative in all type of ways. I could be negative just like them, but that's not my purpose, and I'm not. I don't try to do that. But I know when people spit hate sometimes, it's a reason why. It's a reason behind that. You ask them the question: do you have a passport? Well, no, I ain't got no passport. Why you got one? Well, that child support. Okay, okay. Now I see why you're mad. I see why you're mad now. Oh, okay. It's fucked up. They made bad decisions. They paying for it. But they look at a person like me. They got the access to travel. If they can do it, they'll do it too. They can't do it, so they discourage other people that's doing it. Be careful messing with them women abroad. You know they just want your money. You ever watch 90 Day Fiance? Nope, I don't watch that show. It's a fake show, and the show have they screen the people they put on there. I know people in real life that's happy, successful relationships, and they doing good. Because love is love. Regardless who you meet in your life, you can't always just look at a color. You're the perfect woman. I love you, but I can't be with you because you're a different color than me. That's stupid. I mean, love is very powerful. You mean tell me the only thing that's gonna hold me back from being with you because you're a different color than me? Get the fuck out of here. Or I can't be with you. My family not gonna approve. Man, fuck that. And like I said, I dealt with that when I made my decisions to do what I want to do. A lot of people didn't like it. In time, they got over it, and things got better along the way. Things got better along the way in time. Take time. There's no perfect relationship. Even when you're dealing with a foreign woman, you're gonna have your issues. Like I said, a lot of times even with me and Rose, we deal with issues. We deal with stuff, cultural stuff. That's not bad. It's not bad as the situations would be with the women that I've dealt with in the United States. Now that's a whole different thing right there. Whole different thing. Some of that stuff can't be fixed, but when you're dealing with a woman overseas, you got to take your time. You got to have patience. And that's why I tell you, brothers, don't rush yourself to do anything. Don't rush yourself in a relationship. Take time. It take more than a year to build culturally and understand. It take longer than a year. It take years to get to that level. It's always gonna be a process in this. But the situation is a whole lot better, even though you got your issues with the culture and all that. In time, it'll get better. But most guys like me find themselves in a happy place, a happy situation, no stress, no drama, no arguing with the woman, or trying to compete with the woman. None of that. None of that. It's a better situation. It's not complicated, and she's not trying to be equal or be on the same level as me. Most of those women have respect. A lot of that comes from sometimes the teaching, their tradition, and especially like in the Latin countries, and you're dealing with the Philippines. A lot of their influence come from the church, come from the Catholic Church, and a lot of them they more big on religion than we are in the United States. A lot of them gonna follow their faith and their tradition, and their religion teach them to respect the man. The man is the head. That's why you see in the other countries that the men get treated a whole different way, a whole different respect. A lot of that got to do with religion sometimes. Religion control your mind and teach you how to behave yourself in a way. That's what religion do. They control your behavior. And in the case of a lot of these foreign women, their religion promote respecting the man and standing in their place. And that's why we get that. It's not demanded. It's not we going around here demanding this, as they joke about. We're not demanding. The respect is just given because of their upbringing in the way that they was taught. It was a way in the United States a long time ago, back in the 50s and 60s. You look at shows like Leave It to Beaver, June Cleaver. There was a homemaker, and the man was the head of the household, and took care of things, and the woman took care of the family. That's how things was at one time in the United States. The woman had respect for the man, and the man was the breadwinner during that time. But we're in a whole different time now, where the women making more money than the men. A lot of time, the women in the United States, their attitude is not like the women abroad. For the women in the United States, they would say, "I don't need a man." They get a good job, become successful, make a lot of money. I don't need a man. I'm independent. Yo, you're gonna need a man to please you. You're gonna need a man to put the D on you. I mean, you can't do that to yourself unless you masturbation. I mean, it's a trip though. Most of the time in the United States, the woman will use the man just as a sex object, just to get the sex. After that, go home. I dealt with a woman like that one time in the United States. I had to kick her to the curb because I said, "You making me feel like the bitch." Because after we fuck, the lady called me to come over at 12 midnight or something. I come over late after work. Then after we fuck, I want to rest for 30 minutes before I put my clothes on and leave. And this bitch said, "Oh, you gotta go. Like, don't get comfortable." When she said that, that was the last time I fucked that girl. Cause I said, "This ain't right here. You like okay, and that's what the situation is a whole lot in the United States. The women don't really need you. They want some dick every now and then. They'll call you over, get the dick, and then they'll kick your ass out. Cause they don't need a man. Everything changed now. They don't have no values. Religion is gone out the door in the United States. I mean, after what I just saw, religion has no place in the United States. They might as well take that in garbage trucks off the dollar bill because that's a bunch of BS. But you look at a lot of other countries, they put emphasis on their religion. Even here in South America, they put emphasis on the Catholic Church throughout South America. Then over in the Philippines, a lot of people like to deal with the women in the Philippines over Thailand because of the religion, the language and the religion. Language and religion make it a lot easier. And over there, like I said, the Catholic Church is a big thing. Everybody is devout Catholic. Majority of them is devout Catholics. Even though they don't go to church every Sunday, they are devout Catholics. And their ways teaches that the man is the head. That's in the Bible. But now, like in the United States, they diluted everything, changed everything around, and that affected the relationship. That affect the women. That's why they the way they are now, because of the way they've been taught. The way they've been taught. Like I said, it's crazy. But in other countries, there's still respect for men, and men desire respect. Now, a lot of them can't find that in the United States. And I'm not saying all the women there is like that. No, it's some women there, but it's very hard to find. A lot of times, Pookie and Ray Ray get those women. By the time you get them, they're not good, not fit for you because they already mentally destroyed by Pookie and Ray Ray. I met women in the United States that was nice and good. I could have been with, but then they had some emotional baggage they was carrying. They was already damaged by their last boyfriend, which was a Pookie and Ray Ray. So I had to cross them out and say, "No, I can't deal with this woman because she's already fucked up because of Pookie and Ray Ray." That's a sad thing because they would give them a chance before they give a good person, a good guy a chance. They'll get the bad guys because they like the bad. They like bad. Good girls like bad guys. Very unfortunate. But in overseas, it's a whole different way, a whole different value system. And you got to be careful when you deal with overseas women too, because I'm not saying all of them is right. I mean, you're gonna see some corrupt women abroad. Some of them women been influenced by what they see going on in America. They listen to the rap music, they listen to Cardi B, they listen to Nicki Minaj, A lot of the influence is rubbing off on some of them women. So you got to be careful. I can't really tell you guys that all the women overseas is good and that you're gonna find better. Some of you guys find worse, but you get with the wrong type of woman. That's why I put emphasis on taking your time. Take your time, get to know a woman, because like I said, what you see sometimes might not be what you get. Everything that glitter is not always gold, and it takes time to get to know people. You shouldn't rush that, especially if you're dealing with a woman, a whole different culture, a whole different nationality. You should take your time, have patience, and don't rush that, because sometimes you can rush yourself in a situation, and then it'll be a fucked up situation later on. You can't do nothing but point the finger at yourself and blame yourself because you allowed it to happen. You allowed it to happen. You got to have common sense. You got to have patience. I have people that tell me, "Oh, you've been enrolled so long. Like, why y'all not married yet?" Because I'm not rushing shit. We both got an understanding on that. We both in one accord on that, because we know we have to deal with stuff, with issues. It's not bad though. It's a process. One thing I can say is we getting close. We getting closer to that though. I'm not one of them brothers that met a woman. And one thing you can say about Jay, and I show this by example, and I tell you guys, I'm not telling you to do what I don't do. I take my time. Look at me. I take my time, and it pays off. We have good and bad. We learn a lot, but we grow, and these things make us stronger. These things make us stronger. It long relationship. They come with time. It don't happen overnight. You got to build on these things. You got to build on your relationship. And you know what you got when the storms and the rain come. When the storm come and you still able to stand, your relationship is like in the Bible. It's built on a strong foundation. Strong foundation. The foundation should be love, not lust. The foundation should be love. A lot of times we make mistakes when we build on a fucked up foundation, a weak foundation. And when you build on lust, it's not gonna stand. It's not gonna last. When you look at couples like me and Rose, it's built on something different. It's not built on lust. I can tell you that. It's not built on lust. It's a process. It's a process, and it takes time. And like my granddad used to always tell me, I didn't understand it until I got old. A fast horse don't run long. You got to pace yourself. You got to pace yourself. You got to take your time, get to know these people. That's why we got a lot of failed relationships now. People rush, do things. It's not solid. It's not solid. You can't confuse love and lust either. Them two different things. Two different things. It's a difference. They both feel good. Lust feel good. Love feel good. One is temporary. The other is everlasting. Yes, the other is everlasting. Real love is everlasting. It's not conditional. I don't believe in conditional love. Love is unconditional. The true love. And it's not based on your color. It's not based on your creed. Love is love, regardless. If you love a person, y'all love each other, y'all want to be together. I mean, there should be nothing to stop you, not even color. I mean, what kind of sense that make you meet a woman? She make you happy. She could be your soulmate, but I can't be with you. You're not my color. And like I said, it's not even based on color now because, as I said in the beginning, you could go abroad and meet a woman of Afro descent, still get criticized, still get talked about, still gonna talk the same talk. She's not one of us. She got a whole different culture. She don't want you. It's crazy. I just don't get when I hear, especially like you got the black women that have the hate toward the black men that's traveling and that's dating outside their culture, their race. They talk about how bad we are. Well, we this, we that. If we this bad, why the fuck you care about us? Why would you waste energy talking about us if we that bad? I don't understand that. I mean, they'll say, oh, even those same women that say we so bad, and they go outside their race and they like Brad or Chad. And ain't nothing wrong with Brad and Chad kick their ass and bust them in the nose and stomp on them and defecate on them and piss on them and all that. They'll still stick with Brad and Chad and take that shit. But then not a brother. Hell no. The first thing they'll do is leave your ass and put press charges on you, domestic charges, and say, oh, he's abusive. I've seen women that do that. They get out of a situation, then they go with a Chad and Brad, and he beat their ass. They're not gonna report them to the police. He got angry. I'm sorry, Chad. It's my fault, Chad. I should have kept my mouth closed. It's my fault. I take responsibility. I should have talked to you like that, Brad. But then they can disrespect you and have no kind of feelings whatsoever about that. They say you so horrible. If we so horrible, why do women abroad love us? And don't say because of the money. Don't say because of the money. A lot of women abroad they deal with the same issues with their local guys. They're not happy, so they want to try something different. They want to try something different, and some of them women get ridiculed for doing that. Some of them women get looked at a certain way. Some of them women get looked at by their own. Oh, you prostituting yourself to this foreign guy. I mean, they have a stigma sometimes. They got to deal with also. So it go both ways. It's not just a one-sided thing. The same way we deal with shit, they deal with shit too. And I've seen this throughout my time living in like I said, in the Philippines. I got some teaching I'm gonna be doing this all this week, this month, man. I'm on fire right now. A lot of stuff I want to talk about. And this is one of the ones today, the love is love. I want to talk about expat living. I want to talk about the travelers and the expats. It's a difference. A lot of travelers out here right now giving advice, and they shouldn't be giving advice at all. You're travelers. Sometimes you need to keep your mouth closed. A lot of these travelers giving out erroneous information. I hear it every day on the YouTube. That's why I don't be on YouTube a lot now, man. Just so much bullshit on YouTube. It's just sickening. That's why I'm on Bigo, I'm on Instagram and other platforms. So much misinformation and so much competing on these platforms. Like if you I'm gonna use for an example. I didn't start giving advice about expat living in the Philippines until maybe my second year. My second year. It takes time to be in the country. You got to be in the country for a period of time before you start knowing, before you start adjusting, before you can give information. Because you can't get off the airplane and then 2 or 3 months later you making videos talking about okay, this is what the culture like. Nah, you don't know anything yet. And if you pay attention to me, I'm not doing that here in Colombia. I'm still, you see, I'm quiet a whole lot about the culture and stuff. I'm just tapping into certain things because I'm not a professional. I'm not an expert. I'm an expat, and I'm learning more and more every day. I feel like you just traveling. You can't be doing what they call it. You can't be consulting people or anything or giving advice if you haven't lived somewhere a long period of time, an extended period of time. Because I got people right now. They'll tell, "Oh, Jay, I've been living in Colombia longer than you. I've been traveling to Colombia longer than you." Like one of my friends said, I can't tell him anything because he's been coming to Colombia for over 5 years. I said, "Yeah, how often you come?" "I come every year." How long you stay?" "Once a month." "Okay, and your total of 5 years, you stayed 5 months. And I've been here longer than you. I've been here on a consistent basis over a year and a half. So I trump you, even though you've been coming here 5 years. A lot of times they can't take it that I know more because I've been here an extended time. You don't really know a country. I don't care how many times you travel to the country. You don't know the country unless you live there an extended period of time. You got to live there every day to know the feel of it and to know what's really going on. You can't come somewhere and stay a week or go stay a month and come every year and think you're gonna know the place. It don't work that way. You got to be there an extended period of time to know. And like me, I know a lot of stuff here in Colombia that they don't know. I know prices that they don't know. They quoted me prices from 5 years ago. I said, yo, no, 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 no. This is a whole lot cheaper now. Because it'll be they don't know. They don't know. But they think, like I said, they look at a person like me. And the difference with me when I go places, I'm an expat. I stay an extended period of time when I go. I stay over a year when I go places. I don't go and stay for 2 or 3 months and go somewhere else and try. You can't really learn a place if you're moving around like that. You got to stay somewhere a long time to get to know the place, to know the culture, to know the people. You're not gonna learn that overnight. It takes time to learn this stuff. And I feel you're not staying somewhere an extended time. How the fuck you gonna consult somebody or charge people prices and give erroneous information and not updated information, stuff from 2 or 3 years ago, 5 years ago? And I have people like that all the time calling me, telling me stuff, man, like what this person said, that person said. I'm like, that's like years ago. I dealt with that in the Philippines too. And some of you guys know when I was there, I had people telling me what was going on in 1980. I'm like, sir, we in the 2000s. We in 2017, 2016 or whatever. What's going on here is not the same what was going on in 1980 when you was there, when you last came. Yeah, you have that. So how much you need to live there. It varies, man. It's everybody different. Your lifestyle. I can't tell you like what worked for me might not work for you. It depends on your lifestyle, depend on what you want, depend on what kind of life you want to live, what kind of place you want to stay at, furnished or unfurnished, all that. So I can't give a general answer for stuff like that. But you got some fools that'll give answers. Oh, you can come down here for $500 a month. Oh, you can come down here for $1,000 a month. That's the type of lifestyle that person living. You might not be able to live or adapt to what they can adapt to or live the way they're living. So that right there varies. Usually, like when I consult people, I look at their situation overall. I look at their like how much money first. How much money are you trying to spend? And what's your budget looking like? And I try to get them something to suit them. And sometimes, like I said, it might not. Like I said, if it's very low, I might not recommend that. It's up to that person. But everybody, like I said, when you come in here, it depends on what strata you live in, furnished or unfurnished, how many bedrooms you want. Like all of that plays a factor in your life, your lifestyle. So what I do might be different for another person. Like I said, I know this guy. I recommended him to go to Asia. We talked for months about things and his finances. I didn't know this guy was gonna go into Asia and spend most of his money on vices and on women, because that's where the rubber met the road. But that wasn't in the budget right there. That wasn't in the budget right there. He didn't set aside for that. And when he moved to Asia, all his money went to the women. He was going to the bars every night, drinking every night, and that took a toll on his income. He had enough money to live a good quality life, but that's without all the different vices and all the other stuff. So everybody's situation is gonna be totally different, my friend. It's not like a one size fit all answer I can give people when it comes to that, because your situation might be totally different or your lifestyle might be totally different. So in general, it's hard to give answers like that to questions. And I get that all the time. One thing I can tell you guys to give you an idea, it's not that much more than the Philippines. Colombia is not that much. It depends on where you live. It could be the same price or cheaper. I mean, you got to keep in mind, I'm in Medellin. Medellin is a whole lot more expensive than other places. Medellin is a whole lot more expensive than Cali, Bogota, and on the coast. So it varies. But here in Medellin, if I compare that to the Philippines, it's not that much more. Not that much more. And in certain parts of Medellin, it's pretty much the same, depending on what neighborhood you're living in and how you living. Everybody got different tastes. Everybody got different tastes and different expectations. And here is what I mean, like I said, you can live the same life you can in the Philippines and Colombia. It's a lot more comfortable here, like I said. It's a whole lot comfortable here. It's not that hot, not that humid here. It's got good weather, better selection of food, a whole lot of other things. So I saw videos of Santa Fe, Bogota. Have you been there? Lots of hot chicks. I haven't been there yet. Unfortunately, due to the situation that's going on in the country right now, I haven't really been able to move around to the old places. I get there one day, but in Bogota, one thing about Bogota, you say they got hot chicks there, but the people there are more colder. The weather is cold, and you can go back and look at the video I did with the Afro Latina woman a few weeks ago. She said the same thing we talked about Bogota. The weather, the weather is a whole lot colder there, and the women are also. The women are very cold there. They're not as friendly here. I compare like Bogota would be like New York City, like dealing with the women in New York. Um, they're a whole lot colder. They're not going to speak because it's a bigger city. A lot of crime there is more dangerous in Bogota, more riskier there. Medellin, people here is very friendly, so it's different. But I'll get to Bogota one day. I supposed to have been there by now, but like I said, things going on here, so I'm not trying to get up there no time soon. I'm pretty happy here in Medellin. I'll probably get out the country. Probably like I might do some traveling. I don't know. I'm looking at some stuff now. I might travel to Panama again soon, and I was kind of looking at Brazil a little bit, in Peru. I might just do like a quick getaway, do a quick little getaway. I see Bob Cooper up here saying up in smoke. I don't get the gist of that. Shout out to you, Bob Cooper. Hope you're having a good day out there in California. I'm down here in Medellin, about to get up off here in a minute. I was up here cleaning up my house, washing my dishes and stuff. I said, let me come over here and do this talk for a little while. That was on my mind on the love is love thing because of I said I had just got to talking to somebody and they were telling me something. It's a beautiful day out here today, windy. Is it easier to pick up Colombian women in the Philippines? Bro, I'm just gonna tell you this right here. You coming to Colombia, you gotta know the language, man. In the Philippines, you got an advantage because they speak English. So it's easier because of the language. Now, if you know the language, that's a whole different thing. You know Spanish, I'm gonna say it's easier if you know Spanish. It's easier and it can be better also. I'm gonna talk about that at another time, not today though. But it's easier if you know the language. But if you don't know the language, Philippine women's gonna be easier because they speak English. And you got to keep in mind here in South America, in Colombia, 90% of the people here speak Spanish. So it's only a small factor of people here that speak English. So you there with all your kids. Bob Cooper, or whoever you are, I don't know if you're trolling me this Sunday afternoon. My kids are grown, sir, in their 20s. They got their own family. I got a son that's in the Philippines, and he'll be here soon. And there any other questions you want to ask me about my personal life, sir? Um, I'm gonna block you, man. I ain't got time for this shit this morning. My tolerance is getting very low as I get older. For bullshit, I demand you come at me with respect the same way I respect you. You respect me. I don't ask you personal questions. You're not gonna come over here and ask me personal questions either. I don't see the need that you want to know about my kids. Do you have any kids, sir? Are you stir? Are you able to produce kids? Are you childish and childless? Because me and my kids don't have anything to do about the discussion. I don't talk about my personal life on this YouTube platform. So don't come on here asking me about my kids. Are my kids here? Who told you I got kids? I said you watch my channel, you know that I'm here and you're there, and my child is in the Philippines. And we all know that we can't travel there. So I said it so many times. I know you probably be in the background listening or trolling me. When I tell people that I'm working on getting them here, I'd be so glad when I do that. So people like you cannot worry about what I'm doing with my family. But we okay though. Not the personal against you and nothing like that, man. I just don't see why you asked me this, and I'm not gonna entertain it. I don't know what they got to do with the discussion or the conversation today, unless you just bored out your mind and want to troll me. And this is not the place for that. Cause I promise you, I'm not gonna tolerate it. I'm not gonna tolerate it at all. I'm not gonna entertain it. I'm just gonna be blocking, 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 and keep it moving. Cause my platform is you're gonna come at me with respect on my channel, on my platform. You're not gonna come at me with the disrespect. You can get with the program, but you can get gone. You got so many options on YouTube, so many other channels out here, and you think you're gonna just come on here and troll me, and you got another thought. You got another thought in your head. I'm not gonna entertain it. Some people make the mistakes of selling off their personal items and move overseas without plans. Oh yeah, that's I'm gonna talk about that. I wanted to talk about that yesterday. And this I'm gonna do a talk about expat living. And I'm gonna do some teaching, some upcoming teaching. I got a lot of stuff I got planned that I want to talk about. And that's one of the things with expat living is planning. The one thing about me as an expat, I'm different than a lot of people. I do things a lot different. I don't recommend people to do it the way I do it. But I did a lot of planning when I went to the Philippines. I never visited the Philippines. I did all my homework, did all my research, but I was able to accomplish being successful and staying there for a long period of time, staying there over. I seen people come there, don't stay no time. They don't work. They fail. They got to go back home. I think Bob Cooper had to go home. He went there. He tried it. A lot of people they go, but it don't work out. It could be bad relationships. It could be finance. It could be multiple things, health problems. But I've been so blessed that I was able to go there, no problem, no issues, and do pretty good in my 3 year stay there. And then I turn around, do the same thing here in Columbia. Never visit, never travel, but I did all my homework, did all my resources. I prepared myself. I planned. A lot of times these people don't have no preparation. First of all, they don't have enough money. They don't have enough resources. Some of these people don't have no pension. They have a savings. They think they can live off their savings. Some of them think that they can go to another country and get a job, which you can't. A lot of time on your visa, you can't work. You got to have a work visa, and if you get a work visa, you're not gonna want to work on the salary that they pay. So a lot of people don't plan. They don't put the time into planning to be an expat. I did, and look at my record. It speaks for itself. It ain't got nothing to do with luck or anything. It comes with planning. I'm almost half. I've been here a year and a half. Another year and a half would be the same time I spent in the Philippines. And time is moving fast. And you watch my channel, I've been successful both times, no problems, no issues. Everything been smooth. I had a bump in the road dealing with a woman, but that wasn't no issue. I overcame that situation. It wasn't bad. I've seen people a whole lot worse situations than I was, but I've been able to maneuver and survive in these 5 years with no problem. But a lot of times, like I said, people don't see the planning that come behind it. It ain't like you can just take up and move. Like I see a lot of people doing. They take up and move and think that okay, it's gonna work out. They plan for the best, but you gotta also plan for the worst too, because shit happens. It's not gonna always work the way you want it to work. I've seen that happen a lot. But you got to prepare yourself. You got to have finance. First of all, you got to have a budget. Look at the cost of living, and then know where you're going to stay. You got to have a support system. You got to have a support system there and back home. You go both ways. I'm gonna talk about. I don't want to get into the gist of it, but we're gonna talk about that. That's on my radar. I'm gonna get into that. But that's a good point you made, Mr. Darkest, about preparing and planning. Because I see so many people that fail. They'll go with the idea thinking, okay, I'm gonna be an expat, when really they're a traveler. It's a difference. I'm gonna teach about that too. The difference between expats and travelers. It's them two different people you're talking to when you're looking at when you're watching expats talking. You're watching a traveler giving advice. You're gonna get two different types of advice from a traveler and from an expat. A traveler think they know it all sometimes. They only go so many times a year or so many times to this place. They don't stay an extended time. They might stay 1 month, sometimes 3 months or whatever. But when you go somewhere, you stay an extended period of time, like I do, stay years, you kind of get an idea of day to day living, day to day life. And especially if you do it like I do it, you're living with the locals. You're not living where the tourists live, but you're living with the locals. So you're gonna see things a lot different. You're gonna learn a whole lot more. But a lot of times people don't really prepare themselves. That's why they fail. A lot of times they don't have the finances. They don't have a pension. They don't have a plan. And they think they could just do it while, like in the midst of traveling, going to another country, finding work. It don't work that way. You got to already have something lined up before you travel. You got to have a pension. Or if you're working online, you got to already be doing that. Already, I recommend you be doing that at least 6 months to a year so you can get an idea of how much money you get, how often you get it. You get an idea of how your finance work. But a lot of people, they make the mistakes of not planning. And that's why they fail miserably. When they go to these countries, they got to turn around and go back home because not the proper planning. But you look at me, I did it right both times. And people can say what they want to say. I did it right both times. And most of that comes from preparation, from preparing and planning these things, and having finances and the resources. And not you can't just jump into it and just do it. Because 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna work that way. When you planning on being an expat, you gotta have resources. You gotta have, like I said, a way to get money. And I'm not talking about a savings, because I've seen a lot of people go through their savings. I've seen people get scammed out of their savings and it disappear. The most important thing is planning and having support on both sides. So I'm gonna get into that though. I'm gonna try to deal with that this week. I'm gonna make a priority to deal with that one right there. I hear the Philippines are going to open the Greenland tourists that are vaccinated, and that's going to be an issue because I'm not trying to get vaccinated. I'm not getting vaccinated no time soon. I guess I got to get back looking at the screen and shows showing. Oh yeah, they popping up here and there. That most people come back come back for the Philippines is because of the finance and the money runs out, and that's usually what happens. A lot of times they get scammed out of money. A lot of times they meet a woman and the woman take all their money and scam them. And people told me that was going to happen to me when I went, but I'm like I said, I'm different. That didn't happen to me because I already knew the game before I got there. I did a lot of research on the internet, did my homework, talked to Filipinos. I dealt with the scammers online before I got there, so I kind of know what to expect from them in advance. So it's like you can't walk in a situation blind. A lot of guys, they blinded by the beauty of these women. They see a beautiful woman and they get blinded. Before you know it, they broke because they still have a Western mindset where in order to impress the woman, you got to give money, money, money. And a lot of them spend a lot of money. And some of you, I see some of these guys get off the airplane going to somewhere like the Philippines, bringing their women iPhones, the most the updated iPhone. That's a red flag right there. If I'm dealing with a woman like that, that already showed me that she's Americanized, materialistic. I'm not trying to do that. If I wanted to do that, I could do that in the West. That's why a lot of suicides in Thailand because people go spend all their money and they already old and they can't make the money Yeah, a lot of them kill themselves because they don't want to come home and be a failure. They don't want to come home to failure. So they get in a miserable relationship, and then I can't go back home. So hey, they end their life, and that's a sad thing. I would not want to be in a relationship where you got to just always spend your money, and that the money is what's keeping that woman there. And you got to throw material things at them. You can do that in the West. I don't get why the guys do that. Why they go to a place like Thailand or even the Philippines and they meet women that drain them dry of money when you got so many other women out there that's not doing that. You got so many women there that's traditional, that's not, they just happy to get a good guy. And they're not demanding or asking for a lot. But a lot of you guys, you go overseas, you see that you can get a woman. And some of you guys, like you step outside of your lane. And that's when you get in trouble too sometimes. You step outside of your lane and you overdo it, you get a woman that you know that you can't get in the United States. So you get that woman there, and then that woman come with a price. I said, I'm gonna teach next week on the prize though. I can't wait the next Sunday, man. It's gonna be on fire. About are you the prize? I'm tired of guys saying they the prize. I used to say that too, but now I ain't saying that no more. You gotta keep in mind, guys, if you the prize, where the woman see a bigger prize? Another guy got more money, got more to offer, he's a bigger prize than you. So yeah, we gonna go into that, man. I hope that stopped a lot of these guys are saying they the prize. And I'm guilty of saying that. I helped coin that phrase at one time. I had to look back at it though. That's one thing about me. When I fuck up, I can always come back and tell you guys I fucked up. And I fucked up when I said it. When I telling you guys you the prize, no, you're not the prize. You might have an advantage sometimes, but don't we need to quit calling ourselves prizes. And I'm tired of hearing these guys too when you talk about the women abroad. Quit saying y'all sound so miserable. Y'all get the women something to talk about when y'all talk about well the women overseas they cook and they clean, they cook and they clean. You sound like you want a maid. I mean that's all the women can bring to the table is cooking and cleaning and sex or whatever. That's not a good view. But that's all the quality that she possesses. You guys gotta be more smarter and let these people know that they offering more than that. They offering companionship. They not complicated. They easy to deal with. They ain't got the attitude. And quit saying they cook and they clean. I get tired of hearing that. I get tired of hearing the people use the sound bites when they talk about us. And say, y'all sound so ignorant when y'all say that. She cook and she clean. And that's all you act like that's all the woman can do. I mean, it's crazy though, guys. We're about to close this one out though, man. Y'all have a great holiday. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. I had to come over here, every now and then I come over here and make some noise and do a little talk. And I decided to come over here today. I'm gonna do some of my teachings over here too. Some of my hard teachings that I'm gonna deal with. I'm gonna bring it over here. Then I might bring it to the other platform. We'll see. But I had wanted to talk to you today about the love is love thing. Because like I said, it's an ongoing thing. It's gonna be brought up a whole lot more than now when it comes to talking and dealing with people outside of your culture and your race. He said they get a little pussy in the Philippines and the mind go crazy and then they're not thinking about the money. And that's the thing that fuck people up right there, man, is that pussy. Prince made a song called Pussy Control. And a piece of pussy, man, especially if you ain't had that in a long time, and you get some, you lose your damn mind. You lose your goddamn mind. And logic and reality, all that shit go out the window. I mean, that's why they said pussy whip. A lot of people get pussy whipped. And that's a whole nother topic too. I want to talk about that one day too, being pussy whipped in the Philippines. A lot of pussy whip guys over there. I'm gonna keep it 100 on that one. A lot of pussy whip guys over there. I see that. A lot of pussy whip guys over there. They're not happy either. A lot of guys that travel, don't be fooled, think that everybody traveling is happy and got it all together. Nah. I see this every day. A lot of guys traveling, they lonely, they're not happy, no companionship. And then when they do get companionship, they gotta pay for it, and then it come with a price. And a lot of times they get humiliated, all that stuff. Don't think that because you got money that the money open up all type of doors for you. Nah, you might could get some things with the money, but you're not always gonna get the respect. You're not gonna always get the respect. It's a miserable thing to sleep with a woman and knowing she only doing this because you giving her money. She got no desire to be with you. You don't look desirable to her, and they're gonna treat you any kind of way. Like if something better come along and you want to be with them, you gotta wait. I don't care if you got money, you gotta wait. I see a lot of sad people traveling. Don't think everybody happy that's traveling. There's some sad people out here. They're put on the air, try to be happy on the YouTube, but in real life they miserable and they sad. And you can see it all over them, written all over their face. Live a miserable life. And some people they go from place to place, never can find happiness. They go from this country to that country, looking for happiness. And some people can't find it. A lot of people get used. A lot of people they run into the opportunities and people that use and abuse them. Then they get mad at this country and go to another country, and then they keep traveling, looking for happiness. Happiness starts within, my friend. Happiness starts within you. If you feel good about yourself, you're gonna take action. You're gonna work on yourself to improve yourself. It ain't always just the money. Don't think because you got the money that you can just throw the money at things, throw money at problems, throw money at the women, and they come at you. No, you're being used. You're being taken advantage of. And a lot of you guys, you're not the prize. You're the purchaser. You're purchasing. You're not the prize. You're a purchaser. You're a customer. And it's only your turn. It's your turn right now. And don't get disappointed when the person with the big prize, bigger possessions, come along and take your woman along. And don't get upset and get bitter. Be mad at yourself. Take actions. One thing I do know about life, I'm gonna tell you this too. It ain't always about your looks. It's your confidence, you guys. It's your confidence. Looks ain't everything either. You got to have confidence. You got to think highly of yourself. You got to work on yourself mentally and physically. If you got your shit together, that don't really matter. If you got your swag on point, you got your shit together. I mean, that's attracted to the woman. The woman can see that. A woman can tell you confident. A woman can tell you have no confidence. That make you look weak. You get played on. The only thing you're gonna do is throw money, throw money, throw money. Like I said the same way you like women are women, no matter what part of the world you're living in. And women are attracted to strong men, not just your billfold or your wallet. A woman will get with you because you got money and resources. But to keep a woman, you gotta be strong, have confidence. That what attracts a woman. That's why the women fuck with these Pookie and Ray Ray guys because they got confidence. They could be broke, no money, at home with their mama, no car, but they got a hell of a lot of confidence. And that's what the women are attracted to, the confidence. The confidence in these fucked up dudes. You could be a dude that got it all together. You got the money. You know what they gonna do? They'll fuck with you, but they'll take your money. They'll take your money, take your bank, and go back to Pookie and Ray Ray. So it ain't always the money. Either it's your confidence, it's your swag. You got to be happy with yourself first of all. You can't be one of these guys saying, "I need a woman to make me happy." You got to already be happy. The woman got to feel appreciated and happy to be around you, that you accepted her. Because you got to have the attitude. I don't really need you. You got to have that attitude. Like you can't just be real needy and dependent on the woman and throwing money at them when shit don't go right. You tell her to keep it moving, keep it moving. Because what you don't do, somebody else would do. That's what you call confidence right there, my friend. That's confidence. And a woman attracted to that when they see that you ain't trying, and they gonna try. They what get me, what get me, you got all these guys sending these girls money, and I haven't even met them yet. That's weak because that's the way you do it in the West. In the West, you got to impress a woman with your material things. That's why these guys buy these cars and these shoes and all this shit is to impress the woman. But they think when you're dealing with a woman exotic looking overseas, you got to do the same thing. And that's where they fuck up at. Don't start and then you can't finish. Once you start doing that, you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it going. It's gonna be a continuing thing. You got to compete with the other guys, the bigger prize. You got to compete with those guys that got a whole lot more to offer. And that's where people fuck up at right there when they do that. You open up the door for that when you start that. When you start giving them money in the beginning, the expectation is going to get higher. They're going to be expecting you to give them money. So I mean, a lot of guys fuck it up. Fuck what they call it, gold post. They fuck it up for everybody else, and they fucking it up for themselves too. Cause they don't have no game. They just throw the money at it. They throw the money at the woman like they do in the West. They go abroad and do the same shit, and then later on they get fucked up. Like I said, to me, if I'm dealing with a woman abroad, her expectations should not be like that, like the women in the West. If their expectations are the same, I'm not gonna fuck around with that woman. I already know what time it is. I already know what she want, and I'm not trying to do that. A lot of guys though they fall in love and get played over, and they end up being a fucked up situation. But like I said, you look at my situation. It's a time I've been with my person for almost 5 years, so that says a whole lot. The time that we've been together, and then we have ups and downs, but we still together. You guys know the kind of guy I am. If it's bad, I wouldn't be in it. Like I said, in my situation, I ain't got to throw money at it constantly, and then we like I said, in time we learned each other, we adjusting, and it's what you make it. Life is what you make it. And like I said, in a situation like with a woman, if it's not based on love, it's just money, and no longevity in it, because it's gonna all fall apart. It's gonna all fall apart, and I see it happen a whole lot. You run out of money, and the girl's gonna run out of love and run off on you. Like they said, no money, no honey. And a lot of this stuff is based on money, and some guys they know it. I couldn't live and be happy like that. I can't live and be happy knowing that my situation is just based on my resources, based on I got to do this and do that to impress this woman, and they shouldn't have the same standard as a Western woman. I mean, that don't make any sense whatsoever. But I mean, some guys just don't know. They get blinded by, I guess they said love, and they really lust. Love and lust are two different things. They both feel good, but one is temporary, and the other it lasts long. So you gotta be careful with that. Emotions, different feelings. You're dealing with your emotions. Don't let your emotions go to your wallet. Love come from the heart, not your wallet. I say that all the time. Love come from your heart. It don't come from your wallet. If you're thinking that your love coming from your wallet, you need to reevaluate your situation. You're in a fucked up situation if you're thinking that that's love, opening your wallet. No, you gotta open your heart. That's your wallet, open your heart. A lot of brothers they open their wallet though. They call that love. And the travelers need to be real with these people. Man, be 100 with these guys. You got people that watching that don't know no better, and you guys telling these people that watching your channel, this is my girlfriend, I got 2, 3 women. No, bro, you tricking. They with you because you got money. You can look at these guys, man. Look at how they look. Let's look at how some of these guys look, man. And some of them guys can't get a woman in the U.S. They got to go abroad to get the woman. Look how they look. And all women tolerating you. Look at the women face expressions on the pictures. They smiling, but they got a funny look on their face a lot of time. These women, a lot of time they embarrassed and they ashamed. But they got to do what they got to do to get the money, though. Especially if you tricking, you giving them the money. Of course they're gonna stick around. Of course, if you are looking like a bag of money and you got a bag of money, you the prize. Looking like a bag of money. You shaped like a bag of money. He said, but it in a day we all pay it. It's about being happy and not use. That's what counts. Like I said, when you're dealing with a woman, you're gonna sacrifice some things, but you don't want to sacrifice everything. You don't want to be constantly going in your pocket. Ain't nothing wrong with doing things from time to time, nice things, giving a woman gifts, taking her out to dinner, or even putting a little money in her pocket sometime. But it shouldn't be something that you got to do all the time, or something that's expected to keep the woman. Hell no. If you got to keep doing that, you might as well stay in the matrix and deal with the women in the matrix. If that's gonna be the case. Because those women, they might not ask for a lot, but if you're dealing with that type of woman, they're gonna drain your ass dry. They might do it the long way, the long and the strong way. And they know how to do it. They can maneuver through your wallet, through your income, through your finances. And then you be messed up. At the end of the day, I don't want to feel used. I don't want to feel like I'm with this woman and she using me or she laughing at me with her friends. And you got to constantly throw money. And that's what we do in the West. I think that's the way that we train and wire in the West, that we just throw money at the situation. We got problems in our relationship. We just throw the money at it. We got a problem with a woman. We throw the money at it. Like I said, and some people go beyond, over and beyond. Like I said, back in the day, you have an argument with a woman, you send some flowers and some candy and make up. But not in this day and time. You got brothers that's sending Range Rovers and sending shit like a whole lot of money trying to win somebody over, man. Just give her up. Let her go. Let her walk. Let her keep walking. Because I got to do that to keep a person. I don't need you. Happiness don't come from my wallet. It comes from my heart. I know brothers that always constantly spending, spending, spending just to keep that woman. Eventually, she gonna fall out with you. Eventually, she gonna leave you, and you're gonna go broke trying to keep her. If you're doing that, you're gonna go broke and spend everything trying to keep that woman. Then you're gonna really feel bad once you broke. When you broke, ain't nobody gonna want you then. You're gonna feel down and out. Say, damn, I was a fool. Damn, when I had this money, she was there, but now I'm broke, she gone. Yeah, and that's a horrible thing right there. That's an expensive lesson right there. That's a bought lesson when you got to go through all of that shit to realize what was really, really going on, what's really real. You can't throw money at problems. You can't throw money in a fucked up relationship. I mean, if you're gonna throw some money at it, throw some money in counseling. If you're trying to fix the relationship, throw some money and go get some counseling. See what that fixes. If they can't fix it, just walk away. Walk away. It's gonna be better days, better opportunity, better women. Your life can't be just surrounded around a woman. You gotta take care of yourself first. Like I said in the beginning, you happy in your life. You happy with who you are. The women just gonna come. You ain't gotta look for them. They're gonna come to you. They're gonna be drawn to you. They're gonna be drawn to your confidence and your swag. Pookie and Ray Ray looking for women. They come to Pookie and Ray Ray. Cause Pookie and Ray Ray don't give a fuck. They have a I don't give a fuck attitude. And the women like that shit. They not sweating the women. And it's only the lames and the simps that's opening their wallet and thinking that that's the way to get a woman. Because when you do that, you really started something that you got to keep and continue doing over and over and over until you run out of resources. And my friend, when you run out of resources, 9 times out of 10, she's gonna run out with somebody else. She's gonna already be planning. She's gonna already have somebody waiting by the side. She's gonna see the well is running dry. She's gonna see the faucet is not flowing water like it was. Everything is. I mean, they're gonna see what time it is. They're gonna know, and then they're gonna move on to somebody else. And then that's why you got them guys that like the guy said earlier, they kill themselves later. They feel depressed. They feel bad. Their only option is suicide. They can't live with themselves. They can't live with the embarrassment of going home broke. So that's their exit plan. They out of money. They in their life. It happen all the time in places like the Philippines and brothers. A lot of brothers go abroad, and a lot of them be lonely. They be in a lonely state of mind, a lonely place, and it's sad. A lot of lonely brothers. They got the money, but they don't know the woman. The woman only tolerating them is because of the money. And they laughing at them. When that money gone, they gonna be gone. And a lot of guys, they're gonna be too embarrassed to call their family or for them to be back home in their mama basement somewhere, trying to get back on their feet. A lot of guys ain't gonna go to that. They're just gonna end their life. They're gonna just kill themselves. Like this guy did. This guy did it in the Philippines. Before I left, the guy jumped off this building in Ilo at the mall because he had his relationship came to the end. He had no money. He had nothing to go back home to, and so he ended his life. And it's a sad reality. It's numerous of stories like that. It happen all over the place. Philippines, Thailand. I can imagine it happening in places like this. A lot of brothers out there lonely and end up in a bad way. And like I said, in my situation, I've been with this person over, I've been knowing her over 5 years. And it's ongoing. It's a good thing. It's not perfect, but I'm not lonely. One thing about me, in my travels, and my time I've been an expat, I've not been a lonely guy. I've been successful in relationships and been happy. I've been able to maintain them. Also, I've been able to maintain them. A lot of people can get women, but they can't keep a woman. A lot of guys have problems keeping a woman. I see expats that go through women. They got a new woman every month, every other month, and that's not good. How can you grow and build with a woman that you always constantly going through women? You don't really give yourself time to let the relationship grow. A lot of times it's just based on sex. You want sex, they want money. You pay for it, they give you what you want. I gotta go. My battery about to run out. Y'all be safe, be good. Always real coming over here. I'll see you guys later on. Peace out.